I'm on vacation every single day, cause I love my occupation. Ay, 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 I'm on vacation. If you don't like your life, then you should go and change it.
Hey everybody, this is John, and we just got back from a long day of sourcing. I sat down and I was watching Lonnie from Garage Flips, watching him fix up a shed, and I decided to test out this compact computer, and I couldn't get it to load past the boot screen. I've got all the stuff down here. The motherboard and processor and memory work in the computer, but I don't know, there's something wrong with the hard drive or CMOS or something. I don't really want to mess with it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to yank this motherboard out, and I'm going to take and put it, I've got some pink bags that I'm going to stick it in, and I'm going to list it on eBay and I'm going to sell it. So I'm just going to sell the motherboard, processor, and memory. I got my little boys behind me. They're playing with Thomas the Tank Engine, so if it's a little loud, that's what's going on. You just have to deal with it because they like to play Thomas the Tank Engine, and I'm not going to make them stop. Anyways, back to this. So this is an old compact computer. Together running, it probably would sell for about $100. I could spend a couple of hours and invest that time to try to get it working again. I just don't want to mess with it. I don't want to put that kind of time into it. It's not worth it to me, so I'm going to yank that motherboard out. I'm going to pull that case fan out, and probably going to, that's an old modem. Right here is an old modem, or an old network card, old modem, and it's going to come out and just get tossed. And then the rest of it will go out to the scrap pile. And that's pretty much it. So let me get some tools, and we're going to take off this little plate right here, pull this out, and I'm going to pull out the motherboard, and I will show you what it looks like, and I will show you how much they sell for. This is an older computer. It actually has Windows XP on it, Windows XP Home Edition. So this is old. This is probably 15, 16 years old. So wait a second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm not sure how good the sound's going to be on this, but I do have my GoPro mounted, so you can look down into the case and see what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the ribbons off of these, remove the ribbons off of the motherboard here. This is the CPU ribbon. These are the older style ribbons. They're a lot different in the computers now. They're typically red and black, and they're a lot smaller. So I just remove that. This comes off the power supply. So what I do here is there's a little knob, a little notch here. Push that in, and I pull it off. And then there's the CPU board. I pull that off, and that comes off of the CD-ROM drive. And then I pull this off, and it comes off of the hard drive. So I'm going to finish pulling these off of the back of the devices so that I have better access in here to this, to the inside of this computer. Okay, and these are just garbage. Once I get them pulled out of the way, they're just garbage. So let me unplug. This is the power coming off the power supply. That comes up. That comes up from the comes up from the power supply and connects into the hard drive here. So here what we have is that we have the CPU cooler. The CPU sits underneath of this. This is your memory, and this is the main board. Holding this down, there should be like 7 or 8 little screws, and what I'll do is I'll unscrew them one at a time. That's 1. Here is 2. Here is 3. You can hear my kids playing back there. They're playing with Thomas the Train Engines. Here's 4. You guys need to be quiet a little bit. Here's 5. Here's 6. And here's 7. Let's pull that one out. And then there is a cable that attaches to the panel here on the front. And one last thing I have to remove over here is the thing, the screw that's holding the card in, the modem, the old noisy modem. So once that's pulled out, I can then pull the modem out. There we go. And this is your modem right here. These are all gold right here. All of the pins on there that you see, these are all gold. A lot of people will buy these and they do they'll salvage them. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just worried about getting the motherboard off. I'm gonna the fan's already unplugged. This exhaust fan, you want to pull air in from the front of the system on these computers. This is the way they're designed, the way they are. It pulls air from the front across the motherboard to draw heat off of this, and then it spits it out the back of your your PC here. I've got one more screw to take out, one that was hiding on me here. There's one up here in the corner. Not quite. Okay, and now she is loose. So you got one more cable here being held in, and there we go. This is your motherboard. They call this the green. It's called green board. It's all your circuitry board. It's made out of multiple layers of silicone. This is the back of the computer board. This got the old, what they call the PS2 style. There's your LPT port, your VGA port, your printer port. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 built-in USB ports, your sound, and your this is your Ethernet port. And this motherboard comes with 2 memory slots. It's a I don't know, it's 256 megabytes of DDR, 266 megahertz memory. So this is an older board, but as I will show you, it's a valuable board. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to hold it in my hand. I don't want to set it down. And I'm going to get in my desk drawer over here somewhere. What I do with them, I have some bags. Let me I don't want to set this down directly onto metal because I don't want to you could possibly, static electricity could ground it out if it touches metal. I've purchased these pink bags off of eBay, and they're static electricity bags, so static electricity will not build up inside these bags and short out the board. You don't want that to happen because it's a valuable board. Now let me get all of this stuff out of the way. It'll all go to the scrap yard. But what I want to do now is kind of wipe that off. I need to put a new board down, but I lay my pink bag down. I take my motherboard, I'll set it on top, and then whenever I'm photographing, I want to also, oh, this reminds me, on the back of the computer, there will be a panel I'll have to bend this one back into place, but I kind of hit it a little too hard. But I always include this panel in the photo. This is the panel that fits on the back there. People want this panel here because their computer might not have it. This one here is bent now, but it is what it is. So I lay that out in the photo. And then what I'll do is I'll just take pictures of the motherboard. I'll try to zoom in and get a picture of that. You can see, I zoom in and try to, you can either take the memory out or zoom in and get a picture. I got a good picture of that label. I want to get a picture of the motherboard. I'm going to take one from the side over here. And then I'm going to look for the model of the motherboard. Any little identifying, any of these little white tags on the board, I'm going to photograph them so that all that information is available. And I believe that the model number of this motherboard is AM37. So what I'll do is I will take this and I will slide it into the bag like so. And once I get it in, you got to go really slow because this green board is really, it really can do a number. So once I get it in, then what I'm going to do is I'll fold this over and I'm going to find me some tape. I'll be right back. Let me grab some tape and I'm going to tape that closed.
Seems like a pretty interesting video.
So what I'm going to do now is fold this over and get a piece of tape to hold it down. And I will tape it shut. And there you go. It's now in there. And what I'll do with this, because I don't want that metal in there because I don't want it shorting out, I will tape that over the top. And there you go. Now I've got this. I will list it. I've already taken photos of it, so I'll list it. List it as working because I know that it works. I'll tell them that if there's any trouble with it, to send it back and I'll give them their money back. But this motherboard right here and processor and that stick of memory, it sells for somewhere, I believe, about 50 bucks. But we're getting ready to get on the computer and we're going to look this motherboard up and we're going to see exactly what it sells for. So let's hold on and we will check it out right now. Hey everybody, it's John here again, and I am going to show you some examples of what this motherboard lists for. Remember, this is a computer that's Windows XP, so it's from the early part of the 2000s, and it is old. So you see these computers all the time. You can find them at yard sales, flea markets. You can pick them up for just a couple bucks. I mean, I literally have $1 in this computer. And if we see here, like here's one listed for 65 motherboard only, 95 motherboard only, 69 for the motherboard, processor, and memory, 74, 85, 153, which I think is kind of ridiculous. I think all these prices are kind of ridiculous. I'm going to be listing my motherboard for probably somewhere around 40 bucks plus shipping. For the motherboard, processor, and memory. If you look at the completeds, it goes something kind of weird here. It's got all these weird listings. And here's one that sold for $29.97 plus it was free shipping. I think that was a little bit cheap, but it is the only one that have sold. But in the past, I have taken these computers apart. I've listed these motherboards for at the cheapest price on eBay, and they typically sell really quick. So I hope this has helped you guys. I hope that you've watched this video and it gives you maybe a way, maybe you're thinking outside of the box. I know a lot of other YouTubers, they're really focused on Amazon right now, and that's great. But here at Nevermore Antiques, we are eBay minded, and we're going to be eBay minded for for the foreseeable future because we can't sell on Amazon. So if you're always looking for great new eBay tips, looking for great new products to sell on eBay, how to be innovative, how to think outside of the box, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to us. Follow us on Instagram under Nevermore Antiques. You can find us at Facebook. If you go to Nevermore, if you search for Nevermore Antiques, you'll find our business page. And it's important, follow us underneath all of those items because we post all kinds of different stuff everywhere. So I've said all I got to say. I hope you liked the video. Hit the thumbs up. Keep on digging. Keep on picking. And as always, God bless.
I like everything about it.